just realized I didn't do my nails. Don't look at my nails. Don't look at my nails. Now that I say that, that's all you're gonna do is look at my nails. They're so bad. Hello and welcome to the 6th episode of the Hooked on Owls podcast. My name is Lacey and I come to you from Michigan in the United States, where I live with my boyfriend, our 5 children, our dog and bird. Hello and welcome to anyone joining us for the first time today. We have quite a few new subscribers, which is extremely exciting. We'll talk about that in a second, but thank you for coming back to any previous subscribers. I really appreciate it. So you guys are amazing. Like I asked for word to be spread about the podcast and it was absurd. I think we were at like 49 last time I recorded and I was really excited that we were close to 50. So I decided to do a giveaway, which I'll go over here in a couple minutes. But after that, Hannah from the Cozy Cottage Crochet podcast gave me a shout out and my numbers jumped like crazy awesome. And then Jan Carruthers, if you haven't seen her, go check her out too. She's fantastic. I could just listen to her talk forever. Her accent's amazing. She gave me a little shout out as well with a link to my page, and we're up over 200 now. And that's insane. I was not expecting to hit that high this fast, in all honesty. Because I was planning on doing like a 50 sub giveaway, 100 sub giveaway, 500, and then 1,000. And then once we hit 1,000, I want to open it up to international giveaways too. But we hit 200 already, or over 200. So we are going to do another giveaway to kind of cover that 100 benchmark that we've surpassed. And I'll go over that towards the end of the podcast. But right now, let's go over who the winner was for the first giveaway. We did 4 balls of the Premier Yarns cotton yarn in these the 4 colors that I chose, which are exciting. I still love this one. Ooh, there it goes. I love this one with the purple. So I closed the thread today. We had like 16 entries, so everybody that entered had a really good chance. And these 4 gorgeous balls will be going home with, I did a random number. I asked Siri to find a random number for me, and she chose post number 8. Who is Brenda Bug, which is Brenda from Texas. So congratulations, Brenda. You won the 4 balls of the cotton yarn. If you want to go ahead and just shoot me your address in Ravelry, I'll go ahead and get those sent out to you, okay? So congratulations. So now that we've got that part covered, we'll talk about the other giveaway towards the end after I've shown off some stuff, and we'll go from there. Let's go ahead and jump right into the crafty bits, because words. We're going to start off with the spotlight. You know I'm going to do this and I don't remember which side it pops up on now. This one? I think it's this one. Spotlight tonight is we're going to go with this shawl tonight. I had a really hard time picking out what we were going to spotlight, in all honesty. I was going to do one of my finished objects, but I didn't feel like wearing it tonight. So we're doing this. This is actually a shawl that I did back in like September for Hannah's podcast. She did the shawl along. And this one is I'm assuming the P stands for pattern, P64-lightweight shawl. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be done in a sport weight. I did do it in a worsted. I did it in the Karen Simply Soft. And this is the colorway Pistachio. And then this was a gray that I had on hand. It's a really beautiful pattern. I'll post a picture so you can actually see the whole thing spread out, because it's, after it got washed and everything, it got kind of huge. It's supposed to be a two-tone. It's supposed to have one tone in the middle and then one tone down here for this bottom part, and then a shell border along the bottom. I'm gonna put it back on. My chair's farting. Don't mind my chair. But I ran out of the gray, and I had extra of the pistachio color, so I ended up just adding in a couple stripes at the same points on either side, and I just left off the shells and just did like a single crochet border around the edges. It's extremely warm, which is great for Michigan, especially right now because it keeps like freezing. I'm gonna fiddle with this for like 20 minutes again. I don't know why I took it off. Oh well. But it keeps going from like one extreme, like I talked about in the last podcast, but it's been super icy and cold and snowy. This is driving me nuts. There, just leave it. It's been cold and snowy and icy like crazy the last couple days, so it's been kind of nice to have something super snowy, but I love the design in this one. The pattern is free on Ravelry. It is by Martha LaRoe. I'll go ahead and pop that up down here for you. I used a G-hook for it. Actually, not much else to say. Like I said, I'll pop in some pictures of it that I did. But it does have a nice pattern. The original one was done in like this really pretty mauve and purple color. Can you hear me when I... It was done in really pretty mauve and purple color. And I kind of wish I had those colors because that purple was... I liked it way better than this one. These are actually more... This is more my sister's color. But I had it on hand. And when I was making it, I really didn't care for the Caron Simply Soft yarn. Once I washed it though, that made a world of difference. I thought it was kind of stiff and whatever, but it's definitely got a lot more soft and drapey after a good wash. Look at my coffee cup. Isn't he adorable? Vader. Look at womp womp. I was gonna make some tea, but I feel like it's kind of wrong to drink tea out of Darth Vader's head. Kylo Ren, maybe. I could see him being a tea drinker, but I have to have some black coffee out of Vader. Sounds right. It feels right. That's what we're having is black coffee at 9 something at night. I thought about recording this afternoon because the house was nice and quiet. And I was going to try and get some natural lighting so I didn't have a lighting issue again this time. But I only gotten like 2.5 hours of sleep last night. So when the boys took a nap, I took a nap. That was more important for me today, was to take a nap. Anyway, that's in the spotlight tonight. We're going to move on to finished objects. I do have 2 that aren't here, so I'm going to insert pictures. One is just another unicorn. That a friend had asked for. And another one, her daughter asked for a fox. So I couldn't find a fox pattern that really jumped out to me, so I made my own, as I do. And I love him. I think he's adorable. If you follow my Instagram or you watched my last little video, you'll see he's kind of the cover of it. I haven't finished writing the pattern up yet. It takes longer than you'd think, especially when you have a ton of kids running around all the time. Anyway, I am planning on writing the pattern up, and I'll probably put it up in my Ravelry. I saw a submissions post on Instagram for a magazine a little while back. So I decided to go ahead and contact the magazine and offered them some of my patterns. I say a little while back, it was just like 2 days ago. I offered them some of my patterns and they made an offer on 2 of them. I only offered 3, but she did make an offer on 2 of them, which is extremely exciting. I do have to, remake them, and I have to get photographs done and a biography and some other stuff to put in the magazine, and I have to like sign a contract and all this other stuff. But if it all goes through well, I could possibly be in 2 just fell over. Scared the crap out of me. But if all goes well, I could be having 2 of my patterns published somewhere other than my store. One in a magazine and one in like a pattern package that they do. So I'll let you know if everything falls into place and this actually happens, because I'm really excited about it. Like, I know it's like still kind of small beans, but it feels like the big time to me and I'm super excited. It's so lame. Whatever. So anyway, fox pattern will be coming soon. Unicorn fox. And then, I did a pom-pom hat because Tayler from the Wool Needles Hands podcast is doing a cal, because that's my favorite word this year, as we know. She's doing a cal, and she's doing the Year of Hats cal. And every month has a theme. So January's month is pom-pom hat. I'm not terribly big on pom-poms, as I've said before, but I got this color, and I loved the color. So my daughter, I think I already showed you last time, my daughter wanted a hat made out of it. So I decided to go ahead and make her hat with the yarn. I want to say it was a Premier yarn. I threw away the ball band, and I forgot to write it down. Anyway, made her a pom-pom hat out of it, which I did post on Ravelry and Instagram, I think I did. And it's in a couple other pages, but I got these little buttons. I forgot to show you last time. They're the buttons that fell down. It says, handmade for you with love. I'm not sure if you can see that. It'll focus on you. Maybe not. Anyway, they're cute. I stuck that on there. But I made her this pom-pom hat. No real pattern. I just kind of found like the basic stitch count for a child of her age and did a 2x2 rib. I think I used a size 7. Hold on. I didn't write that down either. I think it was a 7 because I used my high sharps for it. But look at the way these stripes like worked up automatically. Aren't they the coolest? And I love the colors for her because she wears a lot of pinks and blues, so it works great. I did use a bit of a pattern for the decrease. I did like a 4-point decrease, so it ended up, you can't see it through the pom-pom, but it ended up making like a square instead of a circle around it. It cracked me up. She loves it. She wears it every day. Every day. It's already getting well loved. So that was an entry for that. And I think I also put it in the One Skein Wonderland cal. I still want to make the mittens to go with it. I don't have a whole lot of yarn left. I'm not sure I even put it in, all honesty. I'm thinking I have enough to do cuffs though, so I might do that with a different color for the hands. And then I also entered it in the commercial yarn along with the Stranded podcast. So I got a couple entries out of that I'm pretty excited about. And I have one more finished object, I believe. I have one more. This is the one that I finished that I was going to wear, but I didn't feel like doing my hair today, so this happened. Whatever. Messy hair, don't care, right? I did my other sock hat. Look at the way these colors are. How fantastic is this? It's like a little lines of colors. It cracks me up. It's just funny because it all depends on obviously how you knit it to make it to where the colors fall, because their sample, the colors went like straight up in the sample in the store. But I did it's basically just the sock head slouch hat again. I did do a lot less ribbing this time. I only did like 2 inches of ribbing. And then I only did like 6 inches of slouch this time. So it is a little more form-fitting. I did want it to be a little bit lighter. I didn't want to do the whole full brim. Even though I like the way the brim looks, I didn't want to do the whole full brim this time because I want this one to be more for like spring and summer when I need to just cover my hair up because I'm having a bad hair day, because we all have those. Let's not kid. So when I'm having a bad hair day and I have to run out to go get the kids from the bus or go get milk and bread because I ran out or forgot or whatever. Lighter weight hat. It smells really good. I just blocked it. I'm so excited. So now I have a couple hats for myself. So that's my last main finished object. And then I do have another H.O.O. I did a Whip Wednesday again this morning, because today's Wednesday. I pulled out an old whip. I honestly haven't even washed it or nothing yet because I just finished it today. My friend Sarah had a little girl back in the summer, and I had some. I made her 3 blankets and a whole bunch of other crap, but they were more for Sarah. I made this one for her daughter to have as a snuggle blanket. Like I said, her daughter was born back in the summer. This is the worst part, is I had it at the hospital working on it while we were there and she was having her. And I was doing the border, but I didn't like the way the border was because I had just kind of winged it and it wasn't sitting properly. So when I came home, I decided I was going to, fix the border, tear it out, fix the border, and then I'll give it back to her and she can have it for Sydney. It's just a little snuggle blanket. That never happened. I'm not sure why. It got put away somewhere and I completely forgot about it. And when I was cleaning out some stuff to make room for some new stash, I found it. I was like, Sydney's almost 6 months old, I believe is what she's at now. So I better finish that. So here it is. It's just a C2C, corner to corner, with the ice yarn. It's pretty true to color. And then the border is half double crochet around, and then you half double crochet in, there's a back loop underneath your normal stitches, and when you crochet back through there, it pops your other ones forward, so you get kind of like a slip stitch look. I was running low on yarn. I only had enough to do 3. The pattern calls for 6, but let me find a fun colored side. Yeah, we'll go with that. So I did the 3 rows on it, and it's pretty big. It's just a nice, random, happy, colorful, snuggly baby blankie. So I'm going to wash that and give it to her. So Sarah, next time I see you, Sydney's going to have her blanket finally. Easter or something, whenever I get to see you again. Sarah moved an hour and a half away, so I don't ever see her as much as I used to. It's very sad. But it's soft. She'll love it. This yarn gets even softer once it's washed too. It's snuggly. So that was my H.O.O for the week. I guess we're going to do works in progress now. I've only got 2. I was going to do a 3rd, but I decided to save it until after I talked to you guys about stash. I wanted to show you guys this in a stash that I got before I started working on it. And get your opinion, see what you think about it. So works in progress. Let's do that first real quick. If you are on my Instagram, you'll have seen we had an issue. I started my other Hermione sock without looking at the pattern because I knew what I was doing. I messed up. My gauge was tighter. I don't know if it's just because I've been knitting longer that I don't know. Anyway, I was doing a 2x2 rib and I got to row 16 before I realized it's supposed to be a 1x1. So I tore it out and I restarted. So now I think I was at row 12. It's been a very distracting week. The twins have been on a rampage. They've been just every time I try to sit down and do something, they are getting into everything right now. Their birthday's not till March, but I'm pretty sure we've already hit the terrible 2s. It's wonderful. They're so lucky that they're so adorable. I think that's the best part about children, right? Is they can just destroy your house and make you frantic to the point of pulling your hair out, and then you tuck them into bed and they give you big squeezy hugs with little kisses and they say I love you. Ugh. Kids are ridiculous. Anyway, I'm 12 rounds in. Was hoping to have this done. It didn't happen. And I'll show you why. Because I got excited. It's been really cold. And I got really excited about a project that I talked about starting on the last episode. I started a sweater. My first sweater. And I legit named it my first sweater in my Ravelry projects. It's kind of rolling up on the needles, so I can't show you all too well. But I did decide to go with the flax pattern by Tin Can Knits. Free pattern. I've heard a lot of good things. And there was Simply in Stitches. She does a lot of tutorials. So I did like the Hermione socks I did with her. So I figured I'd do this one because she does have a tutorial on it, just in case. With it being my first sweater, I got a little nervous. So just in case I did pick this one for, one, it's worsted weight. I figured my first one should be worsted. It'd be easier, quicker. She had the tutorial. And so I was thinking of it because I had seen it before. I prefer the flax light look better. But what the hell, right? So one of the viewers, Christine, also suggested the flax pattern. So I'm like, we'll just go with it. So this is what I have so far. It actually kind of looks like a sweater top. Look at that. I'm so excited. I'm using, this is the Rose Heather. And then it also uses the Dusky Rose Heather. Dark Rose Heather. These are the two colors that I have. I love them. I won't lie. I've gotten about halfway through the yoke. When I cast on, I made the collar a little bit shorter. I'm not a big fan of big tall collars, so I made it like half an inch shorter. And when I cast on, I forgot which size I was doing apparently. I have a rather large rib cage. In all honesty, like my frame, I have a larger frame. So that plus bust, which is not terribly small, especially after having children. If I had gone with the one size, the large that I was gonna do, it would have been like a 0 or a little bit of a negative ease almost. And I'm not into tight sweaters. I like big, comfortable, loose sweaters. So I decided to do the extra large, which is going to give me like, I think it was 3 or 4 inches of positive ease. So I'm hoping it's not too huge. But if it is, I'll just wear it with like leggings or something. I don't know. I'd rather have it be bigger than smaller. Even if I do end up losing, 20 pounds, I'd still rather have it be a little bit bigger. This is where I'm at so far, halfway through the yoke here. I've got like 10 more 2-row repeats to go, and then I divide for the arms. But yeah, so I had cast on, and I ended up picking this thing out twice because I'm actually not doing the garter on the sleeves. I didn't want to do that because I have big arms as is, so I just kept it. I kept it stocking knit. I think the garter on the regular flax looks a little bulky. With my big arms, I really don't want to add any bulk to it. On the flax light, I think it looks fine. And that's probably just because it's a thinner yarn, more tight fitting, but I think it's too bulky on the worsted. So cut that out. And once I get down, I actually had to add like 5 extra stitches on the side, so I just kind of like randomly put them in. It's not too obvious, I don't think. I don't care. I was not about to rip it out a 3rd time because I kept messing up. I won't lie. I originally put the garter in without thinking that, oh, that's probably what that's going to be, and I should omit it because I didn't want it in there. So I ripped back for that. And then I forgot to increase for a whole row, so I had to rip back for that. And then once I realized 5 rows in that I was doing the wrong size, I'm like, well, I'll just add in a couple increases and we'll call it good. Because I'm not ripping it out again. Because I don't have that kind of patience. But that's where we're at so far. And then, like I said, 10 more rows. I'm going to break off for the arms. Or I guess it's 20 more rows. 10 more 2-row repeats. I'll break off for the arms, and once I do that, I am going to switch over to the dark heather and do the remaining part in the dark heather because I do have more of that. I think I have like 5 balls of that. And the arms, I haven't quite decided how I want to go about it. I might break off, if I have enough yarn, I might keep the lighter color, the rose heather. I'm only doing like a 3/4 sleeve. So if I bring it down, actually I might not even do a 3. I might do, well, yeah, about a 3. I should, I think, have enough of the rose heather to come down the whole way. If not, I might do, I don't know, like a stripe block or like a, I don't know, maybe a couple little stripes up here. I'm really not sure what I want to do. I'm going to wing it, depending on how much yarn I have of each color. We'll go with that. Oh, and I am using a size 8 Knitter's Pride needles with that. The Knitter's Pride needles are okay with that project. I think the Knitter's Pride seem to work really well with a thicker yarn, like a worsted or a bulky, something with acrylic, because that's a wool acrylic blend. So anytime I use the Knitter's Pride with those, I think it works out pretty well. But I definitely am a metal needles girl. I quite enjoy them. So that's all my faux, H.O.O, and whips I've got going on. I do have some crazy stash enhancement to talk about, which is also going to bring me to my what's up next, my undock section, because there's something I wanted to show you and get your opinion on before I started making it. But let's talk about what I got. My aunt, she had purchased a couple of the spring bean cowls from me that I talked about last time. And she knows a guy whose sister had passed away like a 1.5 years ago. Which is sad because I think I would have really loved this woman. And I'm sad I didn't get to meet her because from her house and her stash, she was amazing. She had so much fabric and so much needles, and I mean, everything was insane. Just the amounts of yarn and crafty goodness in her home. I would have just lived with her. Her house was like a treasure. She worked apparently at kind of a local yarn store. It's called Rapunzel's down in Frankenmuth. And she worked there for a long time, he said. So she did get quite the amazing amounts of yarn sales and things like that. But my aunt had told me about him that he was trying to get rid of some of her crafty stuff for cheap. I'm like, well, I think her first words were, "Hey, do you need any more yarn?" And I'm like, that's kind of a silly question, right? Especially after I had just done my crochet tag post saying I needed more yarn. Normally when you get asked that question, it's somebody's, great grandma had, a whole bunch of acrylic yarn, which again, I don't hate on acrylic. I love acrylic. This is acrylic. I think acrylic has a place and a time where other wools and nylon blends, like things like that, they have a place and, a time essentially. But yeah, that's what she had. She had quality yarn, you guys. Like, there's tons of it. He had quoted me over the phone. He's got these big Tupperware totes. He said, "I'll let you fill one of those for this amount of money, and it's yours." I'm like, okay, well, let me finish my commission. I'll sell it in the morning so I can have the money, and I'll come over and that's what I'll buy it with. So thankfully, I only had that amount of money, and I didn't have anything else to spend because I would have spent everything to just take her whole stash home, and then Josh would have killed me. Like, put it this way, when I came in the door, I shouted, "I love you," and he's like, "I love you too." I'm like, okay, remember that, because I brought home absurd amounts of yarn. And I'm really excited. I can't even show you everything. I'll just kind of give you a rundown. Let's start. So, I want to save the good stuff for last. The stuff I got was, in total, is worth so so much more than he sold it to me for. There were even some things that I looked at him and said, I can't put this in that bin. It's worth way too much. He had, like, this woman knew somebody who raised her own sheep and everything too, alpacas. They even had a ball of roving yarn, this gorgeous, like, taupey, toffee, brown, and black streaks through it of pure alpaca wool, just a big ball of it. It was so gorgeous and so soft. I was like, I can't do that. There was actually a couple of things I grabbed. I didn't realize how much they were worth, and I feel a little bad, but he said, you know, whatever, just take it. He's like, I just need to get rid of it. I told him I'll probably be coming back soon next time I get a commission because I want more of it. She's got these 2 big black skeins of alpaca yarn, 100% alpaca yarn, big black skeins, and they would make, I don't even know, like an amazing shawl. I don't even know. They were gorgeous. Anyway, let's talk about what I did get. So, the first time I'd heard about this brand, it is the Dream yarn. The first time I heard about it was actually at Rapunzel's when I'd stopped one time. This is in their Smooshy line, the sock weight. You can see that color. There was a dog there and they smoked, so it's a little, it needs some airing out and some washing, but you guys, look at this gorgeous, like almost cobalt blue. And it is smooshy. It is atomic blue, 100% superwash merino. I think it's 100 grams, quite certain. 450 yards. It's gorgeous. I did put a lot of these ones in my stash on Ravelry, so if you want any more information, it should be in there. And get this. Remember what I said I might end up getting someday? Madeline Tosh. She had a Madeline Tosh. I think it's only a 50 gram. 90% superwash merino and 10% fine linen. And it's got 325 yards, fingering sock weight. It is in the color Chicory. Madeline Tosh. Kind of hard to see. There, that's pretty true to color right there. Again, don't mind my nails. They're hideous. I forgot to do them. Isn't it pretty? Madeline Tosh. I feel like a little bit of this may have been used, but either way, I don't even care. I love it. This one I've never heard of. It's Lang Yarns Jawal Magic Superwash. It is 75% virgin wool and 25% nylon. Look at, it's black and white and gray. It's so pretty. It's just a fingering weight. I don't know if it says how much. 400 meters, I think it is. 100 grams. Isn't it beautiful? Here's the tag. And then I'm gonna save these 2 because that's one I want to talk about. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna come down here. I grabbed these. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I feel every time I look at them, all I can think of is Ellie from Skein-Deer Knits, because it is 100% pure new wool. It's very rustic. So I kind of think maybe I'll make some colorwork mittens if I get crazy. I've never used such rustic wool before. I say that there's one more in here that's extremely rustic, like insanely. But it's by Annabel Fox. I'm not sure if these are even made anymore. I'm not sure how long she's had these or whatever. But I got 3 different colorways. I think there was 4 of the brown, 3 of the mauve red color, and then 3 of these. Look at the flex, tweed, the tweedy flex in these. They all go together so gorgeous. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh. So I might try and do some sort of color work, something with them. I don't know. I'm not sure how itchy it would be with being new wool. It might be okay on your hands. Maybe I can do some color work mittens. I know Tiffany from the Wool and Homestead. She's got a mitten thing going on anyway. Maybe I will get adventurous and try that. Maybe. We'll see. It would be fun. Another one. Let's see. I'm going to save those two. She had little lavender packs everywhere, so I did get a couple of those too. Put that one in its home. These two are mine, so I'm going to take mine out. There's a couple things up here. These ones are just like a wool blend, little baby ones. And there's 3 colors of sock weight yarn up here that my kids picked out. They decided they each want a pair of socks, the older 3, in those colors. It was Abby picked this cool blue one. Let's see if I can grab it. Abby picked this one. And then, tossing tags. Bryce picked this one. And Leo picked this one. There's not as much in this one, so he might get like a contrast heel and toe. But I figure she had a ton of sock yarn, so I kind of stocked up on it. This one is the Regia. I'm not sure how you say it. You guys have all said it a million times, and you'd think I would listen, but no. And I think this one is Opal. And this one is foreign. That's what this one is. Fortissima Colora. I don't know. We'll go with that. We'll just put that down there. Okay, anyway. I'm just going to do this. You remember how I said I wanted to fill bins? I'm pretty sure this one's considered full. I just took out 2 of my sock yarns too. I gotta grab this. Hold on. There are 2 colors of sock yarns. A neon pink and a neon green. So it'll probably end up being like a heel toe cuff kind of thing. This one's a luxury sock yarn. Washable wool and nylon. This is another one of the Lang yarns. Superwash. This is virgin wool and nylon. I'm obviously not going to go over these. A lot of them didn't even have bands with them. I believe a lot of them are going to be... Oh, that one's mine too. A lot of them are going to be like the Regia. I'm sorry. I don't remember how to say it. But a lot of them are going to be that. So there's a couple of these. I know this one obviously is because it's got a band on it. I got these ones. I just kind of grabbed whatever I could find. She had so much. These ones. And there's a lot of like 2 balls or bigger ones. So I can actually make some like full-on socks for myself. Now these ones, actually... You can't see there, but it does have purple. Purple. This is going to be a mess. This gorgeous color. Look at that thing. I'm not sure what this is. Saccata? Plymouth Italian collection. Cotton superwash wool and nylon. Okay, I got 9 left. This color, which I think this is going to be one of those that like checker up, have that row of checker, which will be so cool. This beautiful light pinks and purples. That one's kind of washing out. There you go. This fun bad boy. That one might be for the twins. And this really pretty blues with little hints of purple. And there's another fun one. I think this one might kind of do like a checkery kind of look too, almost like a speckle. I love the colors in this one. This one. One more, bear with me. This is going to be one I cast on very soon. After my Hermione's and after my Cheshire Cat ones with my heel toe cuff and the Hesco sock yarn. I'm going to cast on that one for me. And then the 3 for the kids are happening. I promised. They were very excited. All of them were very excited for me to make them socks. Which is cool. I've never really expected it, but it is cool. There are... I'm trying to think. I did get sock measurer she had. So I grabbed that. She also had the sock it to me thing, but I already had that, so I left it for somebody else. Maybe I'll grab it and next time I go and give it to somebody. They're pretty cool. But I did grab a sock measurer. I figured that might come in handy with making socks for other people too, now that I have so much sock yarn. And then, I don't know what I want to show you next. I'll start with these. Actually, yeah, I'll start with these. These are Painted Sky, and these are sold at Rapunzel's in Frankenmuth. There was only one of each color, but it is a full 100 grams, and I think it adds up to almost 400 something yards. I can't remember. Hold on. Anyway, these are the two colors that she had, and she was doing like a double knit project with it, so I felt kind of bad tearing it out, but I didn't know what it was, and I don't know how to double knit yet. But I have something I do think I want to do with these. Now, I want to do it with these together. I don't know if I want to stripe it or just block it out one color after the other, or fade it into the other. I think I might kind of fade it. But I'm thinking it's called the Elemental Triangle Cowl. Let me double check that. Elemental Triangle Cowl. That's going to be a project that I'm going to do next. Like I said, I wanted to get your opinion on it before I started it, so that's why I haven't done it yet. But these two colors kind of faded from one to the other. And then the Elemental Triangle Cowl, I'll put a picture in here. Now that is by Lauren Haythorne Epilite. Put it there. She's from Creation Crochet. She's got a ton of patterns on Ravelry. I've actually done one or two of them, and I have a couple saved, so apparently I must really like her style. But this thing, it's got like a V shawl shape, but it's a cowl. So instead of having to wrap it around your neck and worrying about it sliding off, like I use kilt pins a lot of the time to keep mine in place. But instead of doing that, it's essentially a cowl that has the shawl V. So it comes like all the way down nice and long and adorable. And I love it. I love her picture with the orange. I would probably not wear it, which is sad because it's really pretty. But I wouldn't wear it. But these colors I will wear. Now, I got a couple amazing things, like insanely amazing, and this is one of them. This is Lorna's Laces Yarns. It's mohair. It is 90% kid mohair, 10% nylon. You guys. Oh my God. Oh, it's so pretty. This one actually smells like lavender too. There is 975 yards in this. Now, in the book that I got from Knit Picks a while back, there is a stole that does use this. It uses just a little bit more than this. So I could use this to make that entire stole. It would just be a little bit shorter. Or I really want to put this in with these two yarns to make that cowl. Is that crazy? Would that look really stupid? Like, I'm worried I'm going to do this and then I'm not even going to like the cowl. So I'm thinking about doing like a trial with a yarn that I don't care about as much. Maybe like the pink sweet roll I got back up there. I got two of those. So I would have enough to do it and kind of test it out to see if I liked the fit of it, the way it looks, if I'm going to actually wear that style before I throw such amazing yarns into it. Because these are, I believe, 100% superwash merino. Yeah. Both these are 100% superwash merino wool by Painted Sky. And this is kid mohair and nylon. It's, oh, can you see this? Like, it's going to blow out a little bit, of course, right? Oh my God, look how purple it is. It's so purple. I feel like the little girl with the unicorn on Despicable Me. It's so fluffy. This does come with a free shawl pattern too, but I'm not going to do that. But wouldn't that look so gorgeous to have it both like held with each one of these and then have it faded together? Am I crazy? What do you think? Help me decide before I do this, hate it, and have to frog it all. It's crochet, so it wouldn't take me too long to do because thankfully I've been crocheting long enough that I can do a shawl in a day or two. But I think it might be really pretty because look at the same purple runs through these two. And when I saw them together, I was like, that would be so pretty. Maybe not even for that pattern, but I really like that pattern. I like the idea of it. I think I would actually wear it. It would be very functional for me. Because if I'm wearing a shawl, having to chase the little tots around, it falls off. And it's kind of a pain in the butt. So let me know what you think of that. Last couple things that I got. I got another thing of mohair. This I think was actually from her friend that had sheep. It is 78% mohair, 13% wool, 245 yards in the color lilac. I have no idea what this one's going to be. I might add it to something as well. It's super pretty. Super pretty. All the fluffies. Now, there was some random, look at this. This is Blue Sky Alpaca, Royal Alpaca. I'm not sure if these alpacas live at the castle or what that's about, but I got 2 little balls of this. It's extremely soft. Extremely soft. A very rare and pure quality of 100% royal alpaca. Maybe I should Google it so I don't sound like a fool because I have no idea what royal alpaca is. I have to look it up. I'm running out of time. I better hurry. Okay, and then I grabbed this because I thought it was kind of fun looking. I didn't realize it was mohair too. Mohair, wool, and nylon and lurex. I thought it was fun, and I have a niece who's obsessed with pink and sparkly. She thinks she's a princess. She's a diva. But I grabbed 9 balls of this. Oh my gosh. Do you see these sparkles? Holy cannoli. Let's go blow out. There we go. It's pink sparkly mohair, you guys. 9 balls. So, I have one more thing to talk about, and then I want to talk about that again. This I saw and grabbed and didn't even realize what it was till I brought it home. This is 100% pure Blueface Luster in an oatmeal colorway. 100% Blueface Luster. This is 600 yards. I have 4 of these. I'm pretty sure this is going to be it's so heavy. I think it's a pound, I think it says. 1 pound. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like a big cardigan style sweater. Just a big comfy sweater that you can wear with boots and leggings. And look at that gorgeousness. Oh my gosh. I want to say it is a 3 ply. It's hard to tell. Looks like there's 3. And I'm trying to figure out what weight this is. Because it looks big and smooshy and bulky. And then when you pull on it, because I saw it all spun up too, it gets pretty thin. I'm thinking it's like a worsted or an Aran. If anybody has an opinion on that, please let me know. Because it does not say. I'm thinking it's like a worsted Aran weight. I don't think it's quite bulky, especially when it's pulled thin. I think it's just got a lot of, oh, I know there's a word for it, and I can't think of what it is. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's like an Aran weight, but that's going to end up being a big cardigan at some point, and I'm very excited. So, real quick, I gotta get going here in a second. Josh will be coming home. Let's talk about another giveaway. So we've hit over 200, and I'm super excited. So I want to do another giveaway, and we're gonna give away 3 more balls of the Premier Cotton Yarns, and I've got 3 pink ones left. I did end up using one. Somebody wanted some cotton face scrubbers, So I used one of the pink ones for that. But I was kind of glad I did. As you saw on my, if you saw, on my Instagram, it's kind of like got a fade to it. So it's got like a lighter spot and like a darker spot. So the 4 little face pads I made all worked up kind of different colors, but they worked up really cool. I'll pop a picture in here. But anyway, I've got 3 more pink ones left, and we're going to do a Think Pink giveaway. We're doing these 3, and remember this yarn? It's probably not even like made anymore. It's called Ironstone yarns. It's an older yarn, but it's in great shape, and it's gorgeous mohair, people. I'm going to give 2 of these away too. I apologize. This one is still going to be US only. Like I said, once we hit 1,000, that's when I'm going to start doing international, basically. So 2 of these, 3 of these, and our Think Pink giveaway for hitting 200. I'll probably throw a couple extra little whatnots in there. I will make a thread in the Ravelry giveaway. No, I will make a thread in Ravelry for the giveaway. I want you to go over there and answer a question. I don't know what it is yet, but please go over there and answer the question to be entered into the next giveaway, our Think Pink giveaway. This is so pink and sparkly. I gotta make something for Emma out of this. I love it. So that's all. That's pretty much all I got for yarn and acquisitions and things I made and things I'm working on. Let's quickly move on to something else. Something completely different. That made me think of Monty Python for a second there. And now for something completely different. Anyway, my friend, pardon the noise for a second. My friend Jared Gafford made his own comic book. I did buy one off of him to support. Sorry, graphic novel. I don't know if that's bad to say comic book. Anyway, it's a graphic novel. And it is quite graphic in all honesty. I bought one to support him. That's what friends do. I'm not much of a graphic novel reader, mainly for the pure fact that I read very fast. And I do use a lot of my own visualization, if you will, I guess, when I read. So I read it. It took me a couple minutes to I probably didn't absorb it as much as I should have. But within the time frame that I did read it, I mean, the art in it's gorgeous. So let me see who did the art. My friend Jared wrote it. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of names. We'll just do this. This is the list of the people that made the comic book Renegade. Congratulations, guys. It is a very fantastic, look, I got a signature. It is really good. It started out a little kind of like, oh goodness, that's pretty awful. Not like awful like it was written badly, just like what happens in the beginning. Basically this main character, he is in a bad lifestyle, making bad choices, and he's moving on from his bad choices, and at the end something extremely unexpected happens, and you're kind of left going, what is this about? What is happening? And you're going, okay, so where's issue number 2? Jared, where's issue number 2? I'm pretty sure he's starting another Kickstarter for that one as well. Hopefully this one did good enough that he can get more Kickstarters going on that one. But Jared Gafford, Renegade. I will try and put a link. I'll make sure, I'll see if he has one, but I'll try and put a link below to see if, if anyone's interested in checking this out. I know this is a completely off-topic thing from what I normally talk about, but he's a friend, and you help out your friends by giving them shout-outs about amazing things they do. And in all honesty, writing your own comic and having it published, and I think he's sold a bunch, like at his local graphic novel store too, to write it and sell it, that's something you should be proud of. And I'm proud of you, Jared. I think it was very well written. I think the illustrations are gorgeous. Like I said, even though it's not my style to normally read that kind of thing, it's got me intrigued and I want to know what's happening. So I can't wait for issue number 2. I will definitely be buying that one as well, in all honesty. So what else do I have to talk about? I can't think of anything else. So I think we might call it there for today. Go ahead and go over to the Ravelry and enter in the giveaway. And, you know, check out some of the links I got below for some other podcasters that I've mentioned, and any links to like the comic book and things like that. I'll also link the Ravelry group and my Instagram and things like that. I never said, that's what it is. I never said where to find me on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. So real quick at the end, Ravelry. I am Lacey1321. We do also have a Hooked on Owls group. You can just search in groups for that, which again, I will put the links below for everything. On Instagram, it's Hooked on Owls, all one word, lowercase, same as on Facebook. So there's that information way at the end. I knew I was forgetting something. But that's all I've got today. So I'm going to go before things get crazy in here. We might have a change of scene soon. I'm thinking about moving my desk out to the living room and setting up a bigger work area out there. I've got a lot of pattern writing to do. I'm actually going to be going over some stuff that I have and looking at writing some more patterns of my own pretty soon. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'll keep you updated with, you know, what's all going on in that aspect of life too. So I guess until next time, we'll see you later. Low on time already, and I haven't even started. Check that shit. I'm still recording. Hang on. Coffee. Ooh, my chair's making noises.